Okay, so here we are. What I am making today is a right-handed point guard. This is absolutely amazing, especially if you love to shoot the three-point shot. So let's get down to it. What we're choosing is on the skill breakdown, we need to go down until you see that 50-50 right there where it's focusing on shooting and playmaking. We're going to choose that one. And now we're going to be moving over to the physical profile. On the physical profile, what we're looking to do is minimize strength. As a point guard, there are times you're going to need strength. As a trainer myself, that is something that I personally focus on because I like players with a lot of strength. However, in 2K, that doesn't come into effect when it comes to being a point guard all as much as you think it would. So what we are actually going to be building is it's going to be the fourth physical profile, and we're going to be choosing that one. Now, when we're setting our potential, we're going to be maxing out right away our shooting all the way along. We're going to be maxing it out and getting as many badges as we can. Now, from there, what we're going to be looking to do is max it right out, and we're going to be on free throw and post fade, taking it down until we hit that 25 shooting. Because we can't get 26, you might as well max everything out and then take down what you don't really necessarily need. And that is free throw and post fade. If you can't hit a free throw at 89 potential overall, then you got something wrong. Now we're going to be moving down to playmaking. We're going to be maxing everything out here. And again, getting as many badges as we can for playmaking. Again, same thing here. What we're going to be doing is going down to post moves, because obviously as a point guard, you're not going to be doing all that many post moves. We're going to be taking down until it goes negative on playmaking and go back up one. And now we've got 193 upgrades remaining. Now, coming down to the defense, what's really important here? Well, defensive rebounding generally gives you the most badges, especially when you start moving up into other parts of the defense. So we're going to be starting to max out the perimeter, lateral, and defensive quickness. At the end, we're going to be now maxing out the steals, and we're going to go back down to defensive rebounding and take away until one takes away from that one badge gets taken away, then we'll move it back up. Now we've got 58 upgrades remaining. From here, we're going to go up to finishing, and what are we going to be looking to work on? Well, if you were trying to play with a lot of dunks, you can go down to driving dunk and max it. That's totally possible, and that's what I am doing. From there, we're going to go to close shot, and we're going to max that as far as we can, and that's going to be all of our upgrades remaining. But I really need to have some layup ability, so we're going to be going down to those, and that's essentially what we are going to be doing for our player. So what we have today is 56 badges that we have potential to get in the game. That is a lot of badges. We are clearly going to be a shooting and playmaking guard with a very solid defensive presence. And from there, we're going to continue. Our build, it can be anything you really want. Personally, defined looks the best. You're muscular. Kind of makes people want to be afraid of you, which is fine. Our height, now we can really go down and see what our height can do for us. And at this point, we can see what we are really looking at trying to do. So when it comes to shooting and playmaking, at 6'3", you're going to be pretty well even. If you want to be a bit quicker, then you will get shorter. But that's going to start taking away from your driving dunk, your close shot, your ball hand, or your post moves, which is fine. Who cares about post moves as a guard? We just did that for the badges. And then it's going to be taking away some interior defense, which again, who cares? And some defensive rebounding. But it is going to be adding to ball handling, steals, and that's about it. So we really need to see and figure out what we really want to do. We don't necessarily want to go down to 5'7". That's not necessarily a great option. Now, as a guard myself, I was 6'2", And 6'1" is pretty close to that. 6'1" is still a very good option. Our speed is still there, and we're losing a little bit on driving dunk, but we have a good plus on ball handling and steals. So we're going to go at 6'1", and now it's going to come down to weight. The lighter you are, the faster you're going to get. The heavier you are, the better post moves and interior defense you are, but the stronger you're going to get and slower you will become. So generally you want to kind of be on the lighter side until it starts taking away on those post moves. Even though we don't necessarily need post moves, we still would like to have a good post presence. So 183 pounds will be pretty well set. Now wingspan, the longer you get on wingspan, the less your shooting ability is going to be. The shorter your wingspan, the higher your shooting ability is going to be. Kind of the sweet spot is around that 77.5 inches. But me as a trainer, I personally like players who have a bigger wingspan. But is that going to be really affecting our shot? We're going to be going from 90 on a mid-range and 87 on three-point, going a bit longer, going down to 85. Now, I personally like to have the higher 80s, if not 90s, if possible. So what we're going to do is leave it at 77.5. We're going to move on to the next, and we're going to be trying to figure out what our takeover is. So there's shot creator, there's playmaker, and there's spot up shooter. Shot creator is when you're trying to do a one or two dribble or a couple dribble move and taking a shot, and as a point guard you're probably going to be doing that more than spot up shooter. Spot up shooter would be more for small forwards, centers, shooting guards, and anyone other than a point guard. So shot creator is going to be probably the best option for us, and we're going to complete our build. So from there we have shades of Trae Young, Damian Lillard, and Kirk Hinrich. If you don't know who Kirk Hinrich is, he is one of my favorite point guards of all time, so that works perfectly. He played for the Chicago Bulls. I actually have a pair of his shoes. Okay, so here we are in our first game, just to see and test out how our player works. Even though this is our first game ever with this player, obviously his stats are not maxed just as of yet. But let's go see how he performs. Yes, I am playing as a Toronto Raptor. That is my favorite team, and they are definitely going to be winning Game 7 tonight. At least they better. I hope. Let's go, Raptors. Let's go. Psh, psh, let's go, Raptors. Let's go. Hey, there we go. 54 seconds left in the first quarter. They're allowing me to play. We are currently down by 4 points. Can I make an impact on this game? Let's see. So I am the point guard. I am extremely fast. I'm asking for a screen by Boucher. Boucher has an amazing hopping ability, and there we are. First assist. Ho, huge. Chris Boucher, another Canadian. We're rocking it. Let's go, Canada. Is that going to give me another assist? Oh yeah, 2 assists in less than a couple of seconds. Like, what's that, 20 seconds? That's okay. Got 2 assists in my first little bit. Took no shots. I want to be a team player. I'm not playing great defense. Might have no coach nurse taking me out. I allowed a guy to blow right by me. That's horrible. They're not taking me out. I'm playing again. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. There we go. Driving to the net. Taking a layup. Got attacked by a defender. Shooting some free throws, but I missed my first free throw. First free throw of my career. I missed it. That doesn't happen in real life. Oh my God. D up on Williams. Let's go, Pascal Siakam. You can do your thing. There we go. Let's get into Ibaka instead. He was wide open. Get another assist. Racking up tons of assists. Getting more fans. Fans are good. Make you more money in the game. Fight over those screens. Ah, went out of bounds on me. Gotta start jacking some threes and take over. Oh yeah, green light that. Bang! There we go. That's how you take over. I'm going to help the Toronto Raptors win this game. Well, we lost my first game ever as a Toronto Raptor by 4 points, but I scored 8. I was 50% from the three-point line. I didn't do all that bad. Now, total my points 4,200. Badges earned a little bit towards shooting, a little bit towards playmaking, and a little bit towards defensive rebounding. VC earned is a lot, 659, which means I can go and, well, just make my stats even better. And plus 895 fans and 5%. Man, chemistry. Rocking it. I hope that you enjoyed this build. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. This is the build that I will be using in NBA 2K21 MyPlayer mode.